Bom, vamos lá, vamos continuar aqui com Horizon Forbidden West. A gente vai pra Embaixada agora, mano. Então simbora. Simbora, deixa eu recolher isso aqui, ó. Recolher essas... São coisinhas simples, mas que tá fazendo bastante falta, viu, mano? Então, melhor sobrar do que faltar. Simbora, vai. Vamos nessa, vamos nessa.
That is the line between east and west. Cross it and die.
Hold on now. Let's take it easy.
None may walk this valley until our signal sounds. That was our accord with the Karja.
I'm not Karja. I came here on my own to ask for rite of passage.
But they opened the gate for you, did they not? What is the meaning of this violation?
Why send a child? Do they want to parley or not?
The Karja can't be trusted. This is known.
Forget the Karja. This has nothing to do with them. I need to go west to save lives. Maybe even yours.
The only lives you can save are your own. By turning back. Now.
Hold! She's telling the truth about one thing. She's not Karja. She's a Nora from the Savage East. And if she seeks to save lives, should we not listen? Let me speak to her. One last favor for a fellow marshal before he's taken away. A fearless, red-headed Nora. She must be the so-called savior of Meridian.
Just Aloy.
I am unyielding for Shav. Once of the Karja High Command, last of the army of the setting sun. You'll have to forgive my comrades. Tensions are high. This embassy is a delicate affair. They're about to return me to the Sundom, a gesture that might help soothe painful grievances. And now you arrive, unheralded.
I'm not here to cause trouble. I just need to go west.
So you say. I might be able to help, but I need to know why. Along with some assurance that I won't regret it.
Antes de continuar aqui, eu já vou enfiar para fazer um online aqui na Twitch, tá? Quem quiser me seguir, segue lá, é Profeta Kleber, beleza? Vamos começar aqui por tatuagens, ó.
The Karja see ink as decoration. For the Tanakh, it is much more. A litany of deeds. A record of vanquished enemies.
Looks like you've vanquished quite a few.
I've fought my share of battles. But I feel that my life, like my markings, is only half complete. This side shows my martial deeds. Before I die, I'd like to see the other half marked with the laurels of peace.
Ok, vamos. Você é o Tanakh.
It's quite a story, but not a quick one. Though I suppose neither of us is going anywhere before the embassy begins. Are you sure you want to hear it?
Ok, eu quero que você me conte.
Very well. I marched with Sun King Jiran's raiders when they came west, hoping to moderate their worst impulses. I failed, of course. They committed unspeakable atrocities, stirring the Tanakh into action. When the clans overran our forward encampment at Cinnabar Sands, I stayed behind to help the last stragglers evacuate. I was taken prisoner. I didn't make it easy for my captors, mind you. And they paid me back in kind on the journey to their capital. I lost so much blood on the way that I was white as a corpse when they threw me before Chief Hikaru. I thought I was dead for sure, so I resorted to desperate measures.
So when you met the Tenakth chief, you did something desperate.
I'd kept my ears open as the Tenakth dragged me along, and I heard mutterings about a kind of trial by combat that they revere. So, when they flung me at Hikaru's feet, I demanded this right, called the Kurut, thinking that by winning I could request a boon, my life or even my freedom. The other Tenakth howled, but Hikaru stared them down, and then his gaze fell upon me. Evidently, he appreciated my ingenuity. He allowed me to participate in the Kurut. Little did I know what I was in for.
Tá
You
interessante.
said the cool route is a Tenakth trial by combat.
Yes, but it is no ordinary trial. It doesn't pit men against each other, at least not directly. Instead, the combatants fight machines in a great arena, and only the strongest survive. Believe me, it is no easy thing to stare down a charging machine while hundreds around you scream for blood.
I know more about that than you might think.
Do you?
Pode acreditar.
Well, then you have my respect. Like you, I lived through it to claim my prize. I had hopes for freedom, but well, that wasn't on offer. Only service to the chief.
You wound up serving the Tenakth chief.
The winners of the cool route must serve the chief as his marshals.
You mentioned that word before. What does it mean?
The word itself refers to a kind of protective spirit from the ancient past. In practice, marshals are Hikaru's roving lawgivers, part magistrate, part judge, part executioner. I won my place among their ranks and served as honor demanded, but many Tenakths just spat on the ground when I walked by. But they did, until I started forcing them to the ground to grind their faces in it.
I guess that's one way to deal with it.
As you may have noticed, violence is the native tongue of the Tenakth. To survive, one must master it. The truth is, though, the Karja speak it too. More than they should. I can't blame them.
O que eles têm contra o Karja, né? E da onde que você é,
Are
cara?
you still Karja?
Part of me, yes. Always. Yet there is much to admire about the Tenakth. Especially their chief. I've heard stories about what it was like before his reign. 3 clans always at war, constantly slitting each other's throats. Hikaru and the marshals have crafted a delicate peace. And now he looks to the future. Who knows? Maybe that future will include cooperation with the Karja.
The Karja talk about Hikaru as if he's a monster.
The Karja feel compelled to demonize him if only because he swept them from the field. It is true that he is fearsome. When I was first taken before him, I thought he would flay me alive. But he is no bloodthirsty tyrant like the Mad Sun King was. I think that if you were fortunate enough to meet him, as I was, you would find that he only wants the best for his people. I hope you do speak to him. I'm sure you'd interest him. So, that's my story. You're the first Easterner to hear it, but not the last. The Karja need to know what I have learned.
Yeah. The way you talk about the Tenakth is a lot different than how they do. Are you glad to be going back to Meridian?
Oh, I'll admit that I wouldn't mind sleeping in a feather bed or sipping wine from the southern vineyards. But I have another goal in mind. As someone who knows the Tenakth and the Karja, I'm in a unique position to advocate for both. If Sun King Avad is amenable, my hope is to establish a lasting peace.
The Tenaks don't seem that peaceful.
They're not, as a rule. But these are difficult times. Chief Akaro knows that survival often requires change, even if that change means putting aside centuries of war.
Então tá, né?
You asked why I need rite of passage. I'll tell you, but you won't like my answer. 6 months ago, the world almost ended in Meridian. That threat still exists. It's getting worse every day, much worse. Calling down storms, poisoning the water, enraging the machines. The source of it all has gone west, and I'm the only one who can stop it.
I've seen the signs. And I've heard tales of incredible occurrences in Meridian, an army of demons vanquished by a red-haired champion. So I'm inclined to believe you. The burden of your task is written across your face clearer than any mark of mine. I'll grant you this, to serve as proof of your right to travel into Tenakth lands. A task so important, and it's just the two of you.
Shucks.
Take it from one who aspires to be a diplomat. Allies are essential. Chief Akaro knows the West better than anyone. He may be able to help you. He can be intimidating to others, but don't let that deceive you. He is a man of his word.
Maybe. If I need him.
Your choice. You can find him at his palace, past the mountains to the southwest. Tell him I sent you, and he'll listen to
Look! The Sky Clan's banner!
Marshals. It wasn't easy, but I brought the Sky Clan with me.
And the commander?
No. I could only convince a few. He isn't yet aware we left.
We have banners from all 3 clans. If there are fewer from the Sky Clan, it can't be helped.
He's right. Sound the horn.
What's going on?
Not all Tenakth can stomach the idea of parley with the Karja, but enough have come for us to begin.
Then I'll be on my way.
No! The other marshals will not permit it. You wanted safe passage, you have it. After the embassy.
The Karja have opened the gates.
As the sun rises over a land at war, so too can it set over a land at peace. Today is such...
Hear me, marshals! You who claim to be Tenakth!
Regala. Chief Akaro's biggest mistake. A rival whom he should have killed.
You have forgotten that our people were born in blood. The blood of the Karja. Instead, you pledge your spears to a chief who conspires with the enemy. Akaro has betrayed us. The embassy is proof. And all of you marshals are his accomplices. For this, I condemn you to death.
You'll need more than toothless threats to intimidate us. Exile.
Lancers, form up!
Caraca!
They're riding machines. Where'd they learn to do that?
Silence.
Vashav! Come with us now, or not at all!
Archers! Light them up!
Get to cover!
Archers! Keep them back! Left flank! To the Kaja! Run them down!
They're not gonna make it.
Open the gates! Open the gates! Open the gates! Kaja! Stand your ground! Fire at will! I don't have a shot!
Caraca, irmão.
What happened? Can you see?
It's just us now. Hey! Come down and fight fair!
Lancers! Take the center!
Get ready!
Stick to cover! Archers on the ridge! Here they come! Time to fight! Having fun, Aloy? Aloy! I could use some help! I've got her! Vengeance for Pasha! Hit that rider! I shall strike!
Caraca, eu esqueci como é que faz pra trocar de... Calma aí, beleza.
We'll have to get through this! Now they're scared! Everyone down! We can win this! Here's ammo! Take the big boy!
Até que foi, cara. Você quer demorar mais? Fica um tempo sem jogar e esquece das mecânicas dos botões, cara. Total.
Got one of the marshals! Machines than you!
Caraca, quase eu caí, pô. Sacanagem. Não, né? Quase eu caio, meu.
Enough! You, Outlanders! I'll skin you both!
Chief, grant me the honor of this challenge.
Granted.
You're next, girl.
I've never seen a shield like that. Better scan it. Gotta get through that shield. There, now's my chance. Give it up! Their shields regenerated.
Surrender to my blade!
You're not stopping me! Your turn! Come down here and face me!
No! It was an honorable challenge. You've earned your life today. Comrades! Mark this day! Today you have decimated the marshals! Slaughtered the Karja! So begins our war on Ikara. Move out!
Get him to the camp. Now.
You gonna make it?
You're going on without me, aren't you? Guess I'm stuck with Aaron. For now.
Come on. I'll take you back to the fort.
I got you.
It's salvage time, boys.
Don't think it can take a hit. I should be able to use it to glide.
Aloy. We're still trying to sort out this mess. Seems like the Tenakth have a civil war in their hands.
That sounds about right. The marshals weren't expecting Regalla to attack.
And the entire Karja delegation was slain. Nozar, Wadis, Vishav, a massacre. What will you do now?
I have to head west. Hopefully this rite of passage is still good. For what I'm after, I'll cross all of Tenakth territory if I have to.
Then you have a long road ahead of you. This is only the threshold of the Forbidden West. The Tenakth's true domain lies over the mountains that border Plainsong, home of the Utaru tribe.
This isn't Tenakth territory?
All that out there? That's no man's land. It was supposed to be neutral ground, though obviously this Regalla ignored that. Her rebels approached from the north, with all those machines they were riding. They must have made camp up that way.
The rebels were riding bristlebacks. And there were bristlebacks in the Daunt.
Are you saying the rebels let them into the Daunt? How would that even be possible?
I don't know. But it's worth looking into.
While you're at it, there were a number of Karja and Oseram who went out there before the gates were shut for the embassy. Maybe you could check in on them. See if they're all right.
I can keep an eye out. Is there a tall neck somewhere nearby?
A tall neck? There's that one, over there, near the Utaru border. But why?
It's hard to explain. It'll help me get the lay of the land.
If you say so. Is there anything else I can tell you before you go?
About Vishav.
The man was taken captive by the Tenakth. Survived for years out in the west, only to die just short of the Sundom. It's a cruel end for a good soldier.
There was more he wanted to do. He spoke of advocating for lasting peace between the Karja and Tenakth.
Too late for that now.
What will happen to him?
His body will be carried back to Meridian. As a cousin of the Sun King, he will be accorded official rights and buried with honor. No soldier could ask for more.
Olha, esse capítulo vai ser bastante diálogo, viu? Pelo jeito. Muito diálogo.
It's too bad about Nozar and Wadis.
At least Nozar went down fighting. As for the Sun Priest, well, no one deserves to go out that way. I'll make sure they're given proper funeral rites. It's the least I can do.
Do you think the Karja will take action against Regalla? Seems like you'd have common ground with the Tenakth.
An expedition of the Karja army into the west could be taken as the start of another invasion. Sun King Avad won't risk it. That said, we can't allow ourselves to be caught unaware by an attack like that again.
Vishav called Regalla a rival. Someone that Tenakth chief should have killed.
Yeah, I reckon he should have. She's obviously a huge threat. Her attack was coordinated and precise. Until you got in her way, that is.
They knew the lay of the land. And they knew Fashav was going to be handed over at the embassy. If the Tenakth weren't expecting her, she must have spent months gathering an army in secret.
They had to have made camp nearby. Somewhere they could lie low until the perfect moment to strike.
Cara, o diálogo vai ser enorme, tá? Então eu vou aqui, ó, terra de ninguém primeiro.
This area is no man's land.
That it is. The Tenakth used to attack anyone past Barren Light on sight, but after Avad overthrew the Mad Sun King, he reached out to the other tribes to offer reconciliation. The Tenakth agreed to a neutral border zone as part of the peace talks. Karja and Asuram have been striking out into the area ever since.
But now, it seems like Regalla and her rebel army have moved in.
Well, I'd never call no man's land safe, even in the best of times. The ancient ruins of the southwest are a testament to that. Remnants of some forgotten war.
Ok.
You mentioned the Utaru tribe. Their lands are between here and the Tenakth further west?
That's right. Plainsong is their home. They're a peaceful bunch, at least compared to the Tenakth. More taken to farming than fighting.
It's hard to imagine a bunch of farmers surviving in the Forbidden West.
Make no mistake, they have a fierceness all their own. When the Karja were pushed back during the Red Raids, their warriors chased ours through the burning fields of Plainsong. The Sun King has made several overtures of peace to them as well, but so far, they've declined.
If they're so peaceful, why decline?
Don't know. I heard they have their own troubles to deal with. Something about a food shortage. You'd think that'd make them open to trade, but no. They just want to be left alone.
You said the Tenakth lands are far to the west. What can I expect to find between here and there?
Well, as I mentioned, you've got a stretch of wilderness known as No Man's Land, and then New Taru farmlands. Past that are the Tenakth. Their territory is split into 3 clans: Desert, Lowland, and Sky.
Right. I saw their banners at the embassy.
The Desert clan is closest. Ooh, vicious lot. Where everyone else sees an inhospitable wasteland, they see a challenge to dominate. Somewhere beyond the desert is the tribe's capital and the territories of the other 2 clans.
You don't sound certain.
I've only heard the stories. During the Red Raids, the Karja army tried to push into Tenakth territory, but the united clans rose up against them, forced them all the way back to the Daunt.
So no one except the Tenakth really know what's beyond the desert.
Maybe the scholars do, back in Meridian. All those scrolls have to be filled with something, right?
Caramba, como é importante o diálogo, né?
You said there were others who went out when the gates were open before. Like who?
Well, in addition to the salvagers that just went through, there were a couple of other parties of Asuram delvers. Even saw 2 Karja scholars trekking southwest with an Asuram crew. Not sure if they're exceptionally brave or just foolhardy.
I need to be on my way.
Vamos lá.
Wish you luck. The gates will always be open to you should you wish to return. And don't worry about your friends. We'll get them patched up.
Appreciate it.
The sun watch over you, Aloy. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Que ótimo. Então, como é importante o diálogo, né? Porque o diálogo tem muitos detalhes que entregam o jogo completamente. Muito. E bom, isso aí tudo eu faço depois, cara. Quando eu tiver offline eu vou distribuindo os pontos, eu vou fazer a limpa aqui em tudo que eu deixei aqui para trás. O planador é feito de energia, uma tecnologia adaptada das máquinas. Segure quadrado, né? Enquanto estiver no ar para ativá-lo e planar. Aperte o círculo para parar de planar. Beleza, então. Deixa eu... Antes de tudo, eu tenho que recarregar.
A whole new frontier to explore. The coordinates from the spire should lead to Silence in Hades. And just maybe a backup of Gaia. It won't be easy out there.
Calma aí.
Fight the storms, Regalla's machine riders.
Aqui eu preciso refazer aqui as coisas, cara.
Find a way to fix the world. Like Elizabeth would.
Esse aqui tá bom. Esse aqui tem 4x4. Beleza. Vamos fazer a limpa aqui nas coisas, vai, cara. Fazer a limpa em tudo. Tudo.
Regalla. A lot of machines under her command. There's only one
Olha.
person who has that kind of knowledge.
Vou ficar aqui um tempo aqui pegando, hein?
But what's his angle? Why help to knock the rebels?
Deixa eu ver aqui se tem o que tem de importante aqui. Tá. Vamos só pegar as máquinas aqui, né? Vasculhar as máquinas, cara.
Good spot to test the shield wing. Gotta climb down and I can glide.
Cara. Olha, essa aqui tava lotada. Outro baú aqui, ó. Outro baú. Nossa. Aqui, ó. Nossa, que da hora, cara. Muita coisa, olha. Bom, acho que a gente pegou tudo que precisava ter pegado aqui, hein? A gente pode seguir. Opa! Pode seguir em frente agora. Vamos seguir em frente agora, mano. E vamos nessa. Eu ainda não entendi pra que serve a pedra, sabia? pedra.
Taking over the land out here too.
Pois é. Isso aqui eu vou pegar porque, cara, eu tô fazendo lança pra caramba, né, velho? Estamos chegando já, velho.
Something's going on at that camp.
Buckets of scrap. You really think you can do that?
Roof, come on. You know me.
Que isso
Have I
aqui,
ever given you
velho?
any...
If it isn't the
Missão
savior
extra,
of
né?
Meridian
Com certeza.
And of my very own operation. Laren, say hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
You know, if it weren't for this one, I probably wouldn't be standing here right now. I was at Barren Light when the Tanakh attacked. Nasty business. But every codger in Oseram is thankful you drove them off.
So what are you doing out here?
Well, to hammer it plain, there's treasure in the west. Unclaimed scrap and ancient metal. And I've got a sturdy band of salvagers that's ready to take advantage. We'll buy any scrap you got. And if you're looking for machine parts, we've got the best in the west. Guaranteed. And soon we'll be trading in more than just that. For too long, the West has been, well, forbidden. Dangerous. But what if I told you we could make an armor so tough, so infallible, that you'd never have to worry about survival out here again?
I'd be curious to take a look at it.
Let's
Of
go,
course you
guys.
would. And that's why I've asked my most talented salvagers to find what they need to make that armor. Each of them will present their work to me. The best protection will go on sale to hunters, just like you.
Lucky me.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some business to attend to back in Chainscrape. Laren can take care of you while I'm gone. Can't wait to see what you come up with, my boy.
Leave it to me. It'll blow all the others out of the forge. You have got to help me.
É, eu sei. Você não pegou todas as peças, né,
I made a
mano?
dozen versions of it, but none of them were good enough. And there are other crews further west. If they make better armor than mine, I can kiss that keg full of shards goodbye.
So you get a prize if Karif picks your armor?
A big one. And I finally have the perfect design. I just need the right parts, and fast. So maybe you'd be willing to pick up a contract and get them for me?
What would I be looking for?
Shell walker containers. Their plating's made to withstand a lot of damage. It'll make the perfect armor. I know it.
I think I can handle that.
Ah, thank the forge. All right. We scouted out a herd near here. Here's the contract. It'll tell you everything you need to know. You take the machines down. My people will pick up the containers.
I'll give this a closer look later. Thanks.
Counting on you, Aloy.
Então, né? O bom é que eu sei que a gente vai ganhar uma armadura, cara. Aqui, ó. Aloy precisa das placas encontradas no baú de um carapaça para montar a armadura dele. Bastaria buscar um comboio por perto e adquirir o material necessário. Leia a cópia do contrato no ponto de acesso para saber mais. Eu não quero, na verdade, ativar isso aqui agora, né, velho? Apesar que a gente tá precisando de uma armadura, né, mano? Que nível que a gente tá, hein, cara? Diário, missões, mapa, habilidade. A gente tá indo pra onde agora? Aqui, a gente tá vindo aqui, né, ó. Pro pescoção. A gente tem habilidades. Tem 8 de habilidade, hein? Caramba. Acho que até dá pra distribuir aqui, hein? Aqui, ó. Já fica beleza já, ó. Agora a gente vem aqui para baixo, ó. Então, né? Deixa eu ver isso aqui, o que que é. Caramba, tem bastante coisa que eu queria aprender aqui, hein? Eu acho que agora, de vez em vir pra cá, ó. Essa ia ser boa, hein? E essa daqui? Nossa. Cara, eu vou nesse aqui, ó. Depois eu venho nesse aqui, ó. Ah, esse aqui eu posso fazer aqui, ó. Que é um só de habilidade, né? Pronto. Tá, agora vamos aqui para inventário, não, para missões. Deixa eu ver o que tem aqui, ó. Ai. Ativa, nenhuma ativa. A principal é porta para a morte, nível 10, né? Vá a coordenadas obtidas no passe. Eu vou ativar essa missão. Mas eu tô pensando em fazer essa daqui, viu, cara, do contrato de coleta, só pra gente conseguir uma armadura nova, viu, mano? A arena já foi, acampamento. Eu vou fazer esse aqui agora. Deixa eu salvar aqui o jogo, né? Aproveitar. Que isso aqui, cara? Vamos lá, vai. Deve ser rapidinho essa missão aqui. Imagino eu, né?
A lot of ancient wrecks out here. Must be a huge battle. Failed ones. They gave everything they had to slow down the Pharaoh's war. Why zero to time?
Bom demais. Foi? Oxi. Que é aquilo ali, hein? Ah. Oxi.
My thanks. If it isn't the hero of the day. Sure, I'm glad you came by when you did.
Are you all Delvers?
We've been working No Man's Land for a while. I was hoping to get back to Barren Light by the time they opened the gates, you know? After that embassy of theirs. Seeing as how we almost got minced to pieces just now, I'm guessing things didn't go so well.
You could say that.
It's not like No Man's Land was safe to begin with. But I didn't think I'd have to worry about this in the neutral territory. And now, they're riding machines.
If you were headed back to Barren Light, why did you stop here?
We ran across some ruins nearby. Thought we'd take a gander, find some good salvage. But the place is full of weird red crystals. Can't get through this stuff. So we ended up making camp here. First thing tomorrow, though, we head straight to Barren Light. Should probably send a message to our crew down at Jagged Deep about all this, too.
Jagged Deep?
It's a dig site by this big lake down south. Old world scrap everywhere. Can't miss it. And that's my cue. Here. Thanks for helping us out. Maybe I'll get into more trouble and see you around.
What's up, Hunt? Okay then.
Oxi! Muita máquina aqui, né, velho? Caraca. Pronto, foi, vai. Opa, fogueira, mano. Aí sim, hein?
This green channel fetch your praise.
Estamos chegando, mano.
Passage Laren's contract mentioned. Shellwalkers use this passage regularly. And once they're fighting. I just need to wait them out at his camp.
Salvar aqui também já.
To place some traps on the road first. Catch the convoy by surprise. I should rest up. Wait for the convoy.
Ok. Vamos ver o que vai rolar.
Convoy. It's here.
Cadê? I should salvage what I can. Leave the plating for Laren's crew. Ah, até que foi fácil, não foi difícil, cara.
Plenty of salvage for me.
Bom, acho que é isso, né? Vamos voltar. Vamos ver que armadura que a gente vai ganhar, né? Se é que a gente vai ganhar, né? Sinto falta de uma montaria uma hora dessa, hein? Chamar montaria, cara. Ah, mano, olha aqui, chamar montaria. Eu tô andando feito um doido aqui. Obrigado. Vamos lá. Eu tô andando, eu falo, pô, sinto falta da montaria, tá ligado? Ah!
I took down that shell walker for you.
Fonda, Rendor, we got a pickup.
Vamos ver.
Per our contract, here's your payment. This will definitely help me make some great armor.
What?
Well, I realized an armor made out of shellwalker plating's good, but with just a few minor additions, it could be so much better. If you'd be willing to take on a few more contracts. What do you say?
No. No way. Vamos negociar.
Always good to think before you buy. I know I can make the perfect armor. I just need... It's good to see you, Huntress. Want to take one of my contracts?
Não sei, cara. Pensei que a gente ia ganhar uma armadura nova, hein?
Maybe later.
Okay, not a problem. Not a problem at all. I'll, just be here. Waiting. This is my resolution.
Deixa eu ver agora as missões. A gente tá com essa daqui que a gente vai agora, né? Beleza. Beleza, então. Isso aí, gente. Valeu, um grande abraço. Fica com Deus. Falou. Foi.